penalty.
So apologies for being late.
Apologize for being late there on the start here. T-Ray's going to keep the ball around to the left. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the carry. That will bring up second and about 4 here for the Knights. Knights are going to come out here in the gun. Gleaton Jones lined up as the offset back here. They're going to snap the ball, throw out to Parker out on the edge. And actually, that's Smith Flynn, and he's going to fight forward for about 10 on the play there. First down. So that'll be a first down there from Smith Flynn on the completion. First down DW. Ball on the Pirate 29. Quickly back up to the line here. Back out of the gun again. Gleaton Jones back. They're going to hand it to him off the left side, and he's going to fight forward for a gain of about 2, if that, 1 maybe 2. That will bring up second and 8. Knights come out in the I. Motioning Smith Flynn over there to the left after Coach McCray checked the play call there. Return, they're going to hand it to Gleaton off the left side again, and he is tackled for a loss here on the play, it looks like. Bring up 3rd and 8. Preston Jones checks into the game for the Knights.
Yeah, all right, thanks.
2 wingbacks offset here. They're going to hand it to Preston off the right side, and he is hitting the backfield there by a host of Pirates. So unfortunately, after a very promising start to the drive there, that'll bring up a long 4th down here for the Knights. 4th down. Will Plowden checks into the game here on 4th and long.
So right there,
tight end to the left here out of the gun for Thomas. He snap. He's looking right. Oh, and he looks like there was a miscommunication there on the route between Flynn and Ray, and that will be a turnover on downs. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Smith made a great run there. He made a great second move, and he was wide open going in there. Thomas just underthrew it a little bit, and lucky not to be picked off, because if he's picked off there, I think that's going back a fair distance.
Yeah, I agree. I think he had plenty of space there, and unfortunately, I think Thomas saw the out route open, Smith saw the out and up, and it just little miscommunication there. But the Knights did move the ball pretty well to start off that offensive drive, and now let's see if our defense can come out here and make a big stop. They're going to run a sweep with their quarterback there. It looks like out of a Wildcat formation, and it's going to gain about 8. Smith Flynn and a host of Knights there on the stop. So that will bring up 2nd and 1. Back again to that formation here for the Pirates. They're going to snap it, and he's going to run it again right up the middle. And he's met right there again by a host of Knights for a gain of about 3.
the coaching staff are well aware of the quarterback and the running back this week. A lot of it's been talked about in the coach's suite at the school about the strength in the quarterback and the running back. And really, I think that's one of the things they're going to be looking for, is to try and stop that early run and get as much pressure on that line as possible.
A little different. They're going to come out in the I formation here, pro I. They're going to snap and hand it off to that running back again, and he's going to fight forward for about 3. That is Elijah Williams on the carry there for Miller County. Excuse me, that was Jamal Wesley. So that'll bring up 2nd and 6. Back in the I formation. Hard count snap, and they're going to hand it back on a counter run to the left there. And it's stuffed. That's about as good as you can do on that. Stuff number.
Smith Bettis on the tackle.
Now Smith Bettis on the tackle there for the Knights. Jadon Cooper on the carry there for Miller County. We'll bring up 3rd and about 5. Number 2, Champ Kyle's the quarterback here for Miller County. Come up, snap it, hand it to the fullback, who is stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage and fights forward for about 1, but that's Jaden Hubbard there on the stop. A big play there. That's going to bring up 4th and about 3.
Fourth down, Miller County.
And that will bring us to an official timeout here. So the ball will be placed just over the 50-yard line to bring up 4th and 4 here for Miller County.
But two teams seem to have been similar so far. Both had pretty good first drives. They were able, first set of plays, both able to get a couple of early first downs, and then all of a sudden the defense made a couple of adjustments on both sides and been able to stop the run and get both teams in the 4th down. Start mentioning every now and then because we've got a conversation with Lo coming up at halftime.
And at halftime today, we will have a conversation with Headmaster Alan Lowe, a little brief interview with him, get some discussion with him on how school started with everything that's been going on here, and that'll be a great conversation. Make sure you guys stay tuned at halftime for that. So Miller County does look like they're lined up in a punt formation. Parker Jones is deep back there for the Knights. Little high snap. They're going to run a fake here. And he's complete to number 12 there on the sideline, and he's tackled about the 9. So it actually looked like at first the Knights had it covered up pretty well, but unfortunately number 12 there was able to get behind that first line of defenders and catch that easy pass there from the punter, who's also their quarterback. So got to be aware of that on the night. When they've got their quarterback back there, they can always have some tricks up their sleeve there. So that'll bring up 1st and goal. No, excuse me. Yeah, 1st and goal here from the 10-yard line. They're going to come out in the I formation. The snap, they're going to turn around and hand it to the running back. And he's going to fall forward for about 3. 4 on the carry. Elijah Williams on the carry there from Miller County. They'll bring up 2nd and goal. And the ball's on the ground there, and there is a flag on the play. So let's get the call from the official.
And it's a false start.
Looks like it'll probably be a false start. So that will back them up 5 on the play. So bring up 2nd and goal from just outside the original line of scrimmage here.
Second and goal, Pirates. Ball continuing.
Line up in the I formation, tight end to the left. And it looks like we've got some motion again there. I think it's going to be on the Knights this time.
Giacomo.
And yeah, this looks like Giacomo Palazzolo jumped off sides there for the Knights. So we'll move it back forward that 5 yards and bring up 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to that I formation, tight end. Split out wide. They're going to toss it to the left, and Knights were not fooled there. As looks like Gleaton Jones, Parker Jones on the tackle as well. The ball was out. I'm not sure what if they're going to call him down before that, but the ball was on the turf. They're going to say he was down before that fumble, so that'll bring up 3rd and about 9 to go here.
3rd down and goal.
Power formation here. Got 3 backs to the right here, and they're going to snap it, and they're going to run right behind that big wall there. The Knights weren't fooled, and they were able to get back there and make a stop at about the 7-yard line.
Patrick Flynn and Frank Middleton on the tackles there, and Smith Flynn.
Smith Flynn on the
Smith
tackle.
Flynn kind of held there, watched the quarterback, almost like he was on a QB spy there, and he held him up. He was the first one to get the tackle.
Well, Miller County has shown if they line up in that power formation, they are probably going to run it behind those 3 big backs they've got over there with that quarterback.
And now we're seeing a slightly different look. Now they're starting to spread it out a little bit here. We've got 2 out to the left, 1 out to the right.
I think there was a little miscommunication there between the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, so they're going to call a timeout here and regroup on this crucial 4th down. Hopefully the Knights can come up with a big stop. This would be huge after the big fake punt there that gave Miller County this position. If they could get a stop here, that'd be a big momentum shift for the Knights.
Yeah, and they're going for it as well. They didn't look to have a punter out there. They faked the kick, so I wonder if what their kicking game is really like, and if we're going to be seeing this throughout the night, if the defense can start holding them 2 4th downs. I'm sure Coach Rose is going to become wise to that and get that pattern as we go.
So after the timeout there from the Pirates, we're back out here. We've got looks like we've got a Dubs look. 2 receivers split out either side out of the gun. They're going to snap it, look to throw. Going to drop back, throw a dart across the middle, and it is incomplete as Smith Flynn was able to come up and jar that football loose. Great play there by the senior defensive back. Huge play there for the Knights. So that'll bring up 1st down.
Yeah, and that ball was thrown hard as well. And Smith's done really well to get across the front of his receiver there and move that out of the way because that quarterback really knew where he was going. And for a moment there, the receiver was open. Smith made a great play.
Yeah, it's a great play to come in, put a hat on the football. That's what you're taught there coming across the middle. Put that hat on the ball, pop it loose. So great play there from Smith Flynn.
I'm really good at stat. I can tell.
So the Knights are running on Parker Jones split out wide here with Preston Jones to the opposite side. Another Dubs look under center this time here for the Knights. They're going to snap it and hand it to the fullback. Actually, looks like Thomas Ray actually kept it up the middle there. I don't know if that was designed or if it was a blown play, but it's going to go forward for about 2. So that'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I think with Nick Singletary in there, I think with Nick in there and him getting that run going through, I think Thomas is looking to get behind Nick there and Nick to punch that big hole. But Nick leaves the game and in comes Gleaton Jones in now running back.
Single back formation under center, two tight ends. They're going to snap it. They're going to hand it to Gleaton off the right side, and he has very little running room over there, but he falls forward. Fights forward for about a gain of 1. So that'll bring up 3rd down.
Third down for the Knights.
Third and a long 7 here.
You say something about it.
Just excuse the signal right now, just having some changing some of the cables and some of the wires here in the
Ball's
press
going to be
box
snapped,
just to make the picture better.
thrown to Preston Jones out wide on a swing route, and he's going to be stopped at about the original line of scrimmage. So, unfortunately, not able to get much going there. It's tough when you're back up against your own end zone right there. You don't want to make a big mistake. So it does look like the Knights will run out Garrett Watson here for the punt. And we're back.
Garrett Watson back for the punt, and number 27, I believe.
Stuff you want to do. It's stressful.
Sorry, number 26. That is
Jadon Cooper
is back to return for the Pirates. Just inside the Knights' half. It's a high snap. Garrett's able to get a kick away. It's a super kick all the way down past the 50, well in to Pirates territory. And Garrett gets that all the way down to the Miller County 40-yard line. That's a punt of almost 50 yards.
That's a great punt there from Garrett. A little high snap, too. He's able to wrangle it in and get that punt off, and it took a great bounce. Very fortunate there to kick that ball out of your end zone and get it past the 50. That's a huge play in the field position game here for the Knights.
Yeah, we had that issue last week, if you remember, at home, when there was a few high punts where Sly County were able to punish us, but Garrett really got up high, brought that down well, got that kick off quickly.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line here for Miller County. They're going to split Twins receivers out to the right here. And to the left, actually. Dubs look. They've got in the shotgun, they're going to motion right. Turn and hand it to that back off the right side. He's got some daylight. Makes a move. Makes someone miss. And he's fought forward for about a gain of 15 there. So, unfortunately, that's a great run there. He had some running room and was able to fight forward for about 15 yards.
Try and get both of those.
Yeah, that's a good little run there. Gets inside the Knight territory and
Try and record both this and
certainly found himself in space and was able to put a little bit more pressure on the Knights defense, so hopefully we can hold them.
Well, and just as advertised there, Coach, that running back is quick, and he can find that hole when there wasn't one. It looked like we had it bottled up there, but he made a few cuts, and he was able to turn it into a big game. So that'll be the end of the first quarter, and we will go to the second with a 0-0 tie.
Yeah, and that's a quick quarter. Both teams have only had 2 sets of players there. But obviously held scoreless. So after the slight weather delay at the beginning of the game, hopefully that's kind of time-wise got us back on track. But looking forward to the chat with Coach Lowe at half-time. You know, school's had a positive start, and it'd be interesting to hear his thoughts as to everything that's been going on and what we can expect in the future, hopefully.
It's so much better than it's here to talk here. I don't feel like I have to talk 95 miles an hour.
I just check up some crap going through.
So we have any stats over there?
We got all the stats.
We got
We got our Stato over here.
Yeah, their stats. All the stats.
Gonna be throwing out all sorts.
So we are back here with 1st and 10 for Miller County. They're going to line up in the gun. That Dubs look again. They're going to motion from the left or from the right side. They're going to hand it to that motion back on the jet sweep. And Parker Jones comes up and makes a heck of a play there. Great play from the senior cornerback there.
Yeah, and that's a loss of 6 yards there, and Parker's read that fantastically because that was a one-on-one open field tackle there. You know, running back still fighting. And Parker was able to hold on and wait for his help there, and then 2 or 3 more Knights came in and finished the job that he started.
Well, and Coach, that's what he does really well. He is a fantastic open field tackler. He's been doing it for quite some time now for the Knights in his 3rd season starting out there.
So here's Miller County from the 50. It's going to be 2nd down and 15.
Back into that Dubs look again. 2 receivers each side. Motion back again. They're going to hand it to the running back, and he is going to bowl forward and be stopped by a host of Knights after a gain of about 6. Closer to 7 or 8, I guess, as he fought towards the end of the run there. As Elijah Williams.
Carter Deriso nearly had him there for another loss. Thankfully, John Branch was just in behind him. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. So hopefully if the Knights can hold him here, I think from this range, surely they're going to look to punt if the Knights are able to hold him. And then we should get some good field position for us starting off.
All right, and again to that same formation. 2 receivers each side. Motion this time from the left. They're going to fake it, and they're going to run the speed option to the right, and the ball's on the turf. The ball's down. He's going to reverse field, and he is met there by a host of Knights, and so that will be a big loss there. Looks like number 99.
Will Wiles.
Will Wiles on the play.
Will Wiles had a fantastic game last week. Got to the quarterback, got to the running back a couple of times. He's, slippery character as well. He's able to get through that line. He's not the tallest of guys, so I wonder if he's able to use his size, as strong as he is, to be able to get through the line and really pick up the quarterback, pick up those running backs. But obviously the option pass was in behind the running back, got dropped, and did well to pick it up. But not before there was a loss of 10, and Miller County back in their own half now to be able to punt it away.
Yeah, and that speed option is tough to run when you've got a wet football out there. Lots of things can happen on that, and unfortunately, fortunately for the Knights, the ball hit the turf. So that'll bring up 4th and 15. Miller County lined up to punt. And it's going to be a short kick. Going to let it bounce, and
took a lateral bounce there, and it looks like it's going to be on about the Knights' 16, 17-yard line. So better starting position than we had before inside the 10, and hopefully now Thomas, Parker, Smith, and Nick Singletary can get some offense working here.
Yeah, and Hunter Rowan made the right play there, a short kick, let it bounce and get away from it. And go ahead and just take the ball back over here. So it looks like the Knights are going to come out with Preston Jones as the lone back there with Thomas Ray. Smith Flynn split out wide here to the right. Tight end and a wing back to the left. They're going to snap it, and they're going to hand it to Preston off that left side. And he's going to find a small crease there for a gain of about 5. So that's a good hard-nosed running there from Preston.
Yeah, and he got 3 of those after after the original contact there, and he was able to cut back and power through. And that's a good thing about the Knights. We've got Gleaton in there, we've got Preston in there, we've got Nick in there, so we've got a good mix of running backs who are able to make some different things happen.
Yeah, that is true. We do have a host of backs back there. It is by committee that the Knights do that on the run game. So they're going to come out here in the I formation, Preston back there, so they're going to hand it to Singletary, and he puts the ball on the ground. And it looks like he was able to recover it, gaining about 5, but he did not drop the ball there, Coach. I feel like he had a lot of running room.
Yeah, he did. I think it must have been that original contact as well. And I think he got lucky that ball really seemed to bounce back into him instead of bouncing forward. And he was able to get on top of that ball nice and quickly and able to keep possession. And, he almost gained maybe about a yard just on the drop. Yeah, it's going to be second down and about half a yard for the Knights. The officials have called an official timeout here. No, it's not for a measurement, so we're trying to figure out what this might be for. Maybe it is for a measurement because the officials are waving both sets of players away. Yeah, they are going to measure it. It was close to a first down. The spot originally looked like it was about a yard short.
It did.
But I think the officials have moved the spot, and it looks like maybe by the nose we have a first down.
Well, there it looks like the chain came detached from the marker there, so now they're having to reattach the chain here. So, and it is a first down.
Yeah, even by more than a nose, a whole ball. So, I mean, that's a fair distance. I mean, that's not close.
That was a pretty easy first down there for the Knights.
Yeah, we're glad the umpires called that one, the referee called that one back, because originally everyone seemed to be happy with a third down, and I think the referee stepped in and said, hang on, let's have a look at this. So it's going to be first down Knights on our own 26. Nick Singletary in the backfield. Smith Flynn, Parker Jones out either side. Ball's handed off to Nick again, and Nick gets through. He gets about 7 or 8 yards. This time held on to the ball comfortably. It really powered in through that left side of the line.
And, Coach, that is what I like about Nick Singletary back there. When he comes through that first original line of scrimmage, it's like shot out of a cannon. He is coming through running hard. And now if we can make sure he's holding on to that football when he comes through there, I think he can have a big night tonight for the Knights.
Yeah, and he runs, for his size as well, he runs really low.
He does.
He gets that ball in his hands and he puts that head down and he goes off and he pumps his legs and arms and he gets through there.
They're going to hand it back to him again. And he's going to fight forward. A big, strong run there for a gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play.
I think once again this is going to be close. The officials are looking at it again. Yeah.
Looks
The
like
officials are walking. They're very slow, these officials, to make a decision on whether they're actually on a first down or whether it's fourth down. That's twice in a row now. The ball's been placed, and then it's taken about 10 to 15 seconds for them to make a decision whether to measure it or not.
So it looks like they're not going to measure this. Knights are going to line up again with Singletary back behind there, and T-Ray's just going to go fight forward there, and that'll be a very solid first down. So no doubt on that one, as they just snapped the ball quick to T-Ray and had him follow Big Carl up there and fight forward for 2 or 3 yards there. So they'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line here for the Knights.
And this is what we need really here. Nice long drive. We're able to keep the ball for a little bit. We keep able to maintain getting some yardage, get some confidence in the running backs, give T-Ray a little bit of room to work, because when he does have that time and space to be able to work, obviously we know with his feet and with his arm, he can be very dangerous.
Coach, it looks like we have a little confusion there between the down and distance markers here. Going over to check that out.
Yeah, Coach McRae's getting involved. Obviously, very experienced man. He's obviously coached at some of the highest levels around here. So I think and he's a very big man also. So I think when he speaks, you are going to listen.
You're going to listen to what he's got to say over there, whether you like it or not. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Knights. Eventually.
And it looks like the ball's been moved back 5 yards. We're quite sure why. Because the first down marker is back on the 35. The ball is up on the 40 where we should have had a first down. There has not been a penalty signaled, but the ball has been moved back to the 36. But it's still 1st and 10 on the 36 for the Knights. So maybe a little marker confusion going on there with the chain gang.
A whole lot of confusion over there on that sideline right now. So the Knights are going to come out here in the gun. Twin backs back there, either side of Thomas Ray. Receivers each side. He's going to snap it. He's going to go up top, looking to Parker, and he's got it.
And what a catch. What a catch. 36-14.
And that is a huge throw there from the sophomore quarterback to the senior receiver, and that is what Parker can do for you. He is fast out there on the edge, and he was able to get separation, not much, but enough for T-Ray to drop it in there. And great pass, great touch there from Thomas Ray, and a fantastic secure of the football there from Parker.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 44-yard pass there from Thomas Ray, and he was thrown in a double coverage. Parker was double covered there. Safety came across. His man stayed with him, and that was a great catch, almost trying to fall in front of the defender. But what a fantastic catch and a great play call, maybe something that they've seen on film earlier from Miller County's last week game that they're able to take control of.
And that's what I'm excited to see as the year goes on, as Coach McRae opens up this playbook. Thomas Ray, he may be small guy back there, but he has got a huge arm, and he can really throw it. So the Knights are going to come out here, twin receivers to the left. They're going to turn. They're going to hand the ball to Gleaton Jones, who's going to fight forward for about 4 or 5 on the run. And
there's a flag on the play on the far side, and I think this might be against the Knights in the backfield. It might be some holding that was going on the line over there. As the officials are having a chat, the ball's been placed like the Knights have a gain of about 4. But it's a false start against the Knights. And that's going to bring us back.
So they're going to back it up 5. And it will stay first down. Prefer that to the hold call there, so that's good. So we're going to bring it back. It's going to be 1st and 15. From about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and the good thing about this is, as we see in the last play, that might give us a little bit more room to find Smith or Parker out there if we decide to throw the ball. Gives T-Ray a little bit more room to throw into, especially with Smith out here 1v1. We'll see. They're
going to turn. They're going to hand the ball to Gleaton Jones, who comes fighting hard there through the line of scrimmage for a gain of about 5. So he's running hard tonight, Coach, and that's a good thing. If you can get that big body moving downhill, he's tough to tackle. So they're going to sub in Preston Jones here. Got a trips look to the left. Preston the lone back there with Thomas. They're going to snap it, and they're going to turn and hand it to Preston off that left side, and he's hitting the backfield and is able to keep fighting, keep those legs turning to get back about to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they got through the line there pretty easily, especially we overloaded that side, and that pressure was able to come straight through those trips on the left-hand side there, and he was able to get an early touch on Preston that slowed him down, and the rest of the cavalry arrived.
So we'll bring up 3rd and about 11 here. Smith Flynn split out to the right over here. Parker Jones to the left. T-Ray under center with Singletary back behind him. So he's going to snap it. He's going to play fake there to Singletary. Throw the ball up top. Going up to Parker again. and he's unable to come down with that one. So just an attempt there, past the sticks to throw the ball up again there to Parker, but he's unable to come down with it.
Yeah, and the defender's done a fantastic job there because he's not gone up. He's not tried to impede a play. Defender's just held his ground. There is a flag on a play here, but the defender's just held his ground, and Parker's had to go up and get it, recognize that the throw was a little bit too high. So, it's good work by the defense.
And so that is a false start.
And it looks like they haven't declined it. It would have been 4th down.
Shocking decision there to not decline that penalty and back up the Knights 5 yards.
Yeah. Again, gives us a little bit more space. I mean, if you decline that, it's 4th down, and we got a decision to make.
Right.
Right now, we got an extra play out of this.
And they've shown their big playability. So let's see what the Knights have right here. Lined up in the shotgun, Twins receivers to the right. They're going to motion Singletary across. Plowden's going to move to the other side. Got trips to this right side. They're going to roll T-Ray that way. And he's got a man open there. And it's Smith Flynn caught. And that'll bring a first down there for the Knights.
It'll be close. The first down is the 20-yard line.
Okay.
So we got to see where the mark is here. It looks like they're going to mark it on the 19, a little bit short. But it was a great rollout by Thomas Ray and a fantastic throw. A throw that he struggled with last week on the run when he was throwing it a little bit too low. But that was right in between Smith's numbers there.
He did a much better job on that, Coach, of getting those shoulders downhill. And that last week he was. You're right, throwing off that back foot. Skipped some of those. That was a fantastic read there by the sophomore quarterback. And so he's going to come out here, and Coach McCray looks like he's going to go for it here.
Yeah, 4th down about 2. You got Gleaton and Nick, both of them in the backfield. Parker out 1v1 to the left. So we'll see what we're looking at here. And Parker comes across the middle, and he spills it. And it was a good throw. Parker was trying to catch in midair. He was able to get in front of the defender there. Unfortunately, just not able to hold on to that ball. It would have been a first down and a little bit more. So Miller County Pirates take over on their 21-yard line. And hopefully we can be looking for a big stop from the defense once again.
Yeah, and still, with you got a freshman kicker with a big leg there, but still maybe a little bit outside of his range. So 4th and short, you got to go for it right there. And it's a great play call to throw the ball there out of that look and try to get it to your senior wide receiver over there, but unfortunately just not able to come down with the football. So
yeah, and as the game goes on, we may look to see Whalen in there if it's still tight towards the end to make that kick. But this is a fantastic run there. Jamal Wesley on the run. He gets about 9 yards, but he made about 7 or 8 Knights miss there as he was going around the side. And it's going to be 2nd down, about 1.
And as we talked about earlier, Coach, the Knights coaching staff is very well aware of Miller County and this rushing attack that they have. They have a couple good backs back there, and they're going to keep trying to feed it to them all night. So hopefully that defense can continue to bow up. They're going to come out in that power look, offset to the left of those guys. They're going to run as they have all night right behind a bunch of those bodies. And that was a big play there in the backfield by John Branch. He come up and he shot through there. He read that one. He was not fooled by that formation. So big play. That'll bring up 2nd and about. Oh, excuse me. That was a first down.
Yeah, and John did well there because if John doesn't make that tackle, I think running back gets about another 6 or 7 yards there. But, right here, we still got an opportunity to keep it tight, and we've seen that they have the ability to fumble the ball. We hit them in the backfield. Just like we do there.
And the play is blown dead, but it was Will Wiles coming through there to make that hit in the backfield. So there is a flag down on the field here.
Yeah, and that's great movement by Will Wiles. He's gone straight through the line. Nobody's picked him up there. And he's hit that running back pretty hard.
And, Coach, like we said earlier, he's getting leverage up there. He's got a big body that's trying to block him. He's able to get that shoulder pad level underneath him and push right through him. And they can't get off the ball fast enough to block him right now.
Yeah, and he's been a big surprise, especially in these last 2 games. He made some massive plays.
He really has. And that's been huge for the Knights defense.
During that play, they were holding by the Pirates, and that's going to take them back 5. So it's going to be first down. Sorry, it's going to take them back 10 yards. Well, about 9 maybe?
Yeah, 10.
5 from the spot.
Yeah.
So 9 yards. So it's going to be first down and about 19, which is going to take the Pirates inside their own 25-yard line. And with that, they use their second timeout of the evening.
So far on the night for the Knights, Thomas Ray has had 3 carries for 11 yards. Gleaton Jones has had 5 for 11. Singletary with 3 for 17, so he's been the workhorse for the Knights. Thomas Ray's already thrown for about 75 yards. Again, a lot of that came on that one big play to Parker Jones on that left side, and but he is getting in a rhythm, which is huge for the Knights offense. So we're back here after the timeout. Miller County is going to line up in the shotgun. They've got Twins receivers to the left. They're going to motion that back to the right. They're going to fake the swing. And Parker read it, but he was unable to come up and make that tackle. Great spin move there by the quarterback, number 2. And he is able to get away and hurdle the defender and take the ball down to about the 30-yard line. So that was a heck of a play from the quarterback there, number 2. Champ Kyles there, and like we've said, Coach, we know he is a heck of a ball player, and he was able to get out there on the outside and make a few guys miss. Parker read it; he was in the backfield and just not able to make the play.
Yeah, I think coaching staff's got to be a little disappointed with that because we had 3 or 4 chances to tackle him, and I thought early on I saw a little block in the back there from the Pirates right in front of the official, but he must have been watching the runner as he goes. But that was certainly. Opened up the space and gave Miller County. They go long right here, and that's well overthrown into the end zone. Looking for number 11, Rodriguez Wilson.
So after your quarterback makes a big play with his legs right there, you got to let him take a shot and see if he can't make a big play. But I don't know that I would throw that direction. But you got at that time you had Parker Jones over there, and he's a great cover corner. So we're gonna come out here. Miller County's gonna come out again in that. They got a trips look to the right. Motion 27 back over. It's back into that Twins each side. Dubs look. They're gonna snap it and they're gonna run it with the quarterback number 2 off that side. And they were ready for it that time, just as they were last time, but he's unable to make a move.
That's Grayson Darby, number 34, who was able to get into the backfield there and put a little bit of pressure on early and make the tackle. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Pirates. Hopefully Knights get a big stop right here.
They're going to motion again from that right side. They're going to drop back, let Champ throw it. He throws the ball up top, up high, and incomplete. That was a great play over there.
Is that Drew Wright, number 20?
Looks like
Number
20. That's number 26, Hunter Rowan, with a big play over there.
Yeah, that's a long way away for us to be able to see, especially with those shirts rolled up a little bit. But Hunter Rowan stayed with him the whole way, got himself in front there. And if anything, it would have been pass interference on the offense because Hunter did a really good job. And it looked that way to me to start with.
It looked like the offensive player went right through his back there as he was about to come down with the pick to break that one up. So could have been a big play for the Knights there.
So here we go. It's going to be 4th down and 8 for the Pirates. A lot of motion for the Pirates, a lot of change of players, a lot of in, a lot of out.
Back into that Dubs formation, and there is a flag.
And they took way too long. The amount of players that were coming on and off the field, I think they're going to give a delay of game here. The referee in the backfield has thrown the flag. They're counting the players on the field.
So he's going to wave off that flag,
Yeah,
actually.
I think he's miscounted. I think he thought there were 12 players on the field there at some point, but there were only 11, so he's waved that off. So it's going to be fourth down and 8 for the Pirates.
Back into that Dubs look. They're going to snap it. No motion this time. The pressure coming from that outside edge. And that's a huge play. Is that number 34?
That's Grayson Darby gets into the backfield for the sack. And they really did not give that quarterback much time at all. Grayson Darby was the first one there. And then there was a whole host of Knights that were able to get there and help him. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Knights have their best starting position of the evening, starting on our own 38-yard line.
Coach, that was a great call there from defensive coordinator Craig Rhodes. He knew it was an obvious passing situation there for Miller County. He sent pressure from both sides, and both were actually able to get there and make a huge play there on fourth down. So took a little gamble, sent some pressure, and came up big there.
Yeah, sorry, it's the 34-yard line. Knights 34, still our best starting position of the evening. And we're going to take a knee, and that's going to be the end of the second quarter. And this game's going to go into the half scoreless, 0-0 at the half, with both teams having one opportunity to get into the end zone, but most of that, the ball's been played in between the 30s.
Well, and Coach, if you guys would stay tuned here, we've got Headmaster Alan Lowe to come on and talk a little bit here about the things going on at the school and how we've started so far this school season, or school year, excuse me. So just stay tuned, and we will be back here shortly.
Welcome back to Miller County here. This is Coach Jocelyn here with Headmaster Alan Lowe. And Coach Lowe, just, kind of tell us about how you think things at school are going. We've had softball's got started, cross country started, football's obviously started. So, what are your feelings on how the school, the students, the teachers, and the parents as well have been able to deal with everything that's gone on so far?
Well, all things considered, this has been a tremendous start for our school, and generally speaking, it all is a reflection on the kids that are walking these halls because they've been doing everything we've asked. We're sitting here playing Game 2 football. We've had cross-country meets. We've had softball games, clay target shooting, all these activities that we want to get back to. But we wouldn't be able to do that unless they have been doing what we asked to try to keep our hallways as safe as possible, and our faculty and staff doing the same thing. I couldn't be any happier the way things have started, and hopefully tonight I'm going to be happier because we're going to find a way to win this football game.
Yeah, and I certainly attest to that. Walking the hallways and the new schedule, the red, white, and blue that we've got on releasing the students from classes has certainly benefited the traffic that we have. And I think certainly the kids around school, they understand the situation, and as frustrating as it is for all of us being in this situation, I think really, like you said, the kids have bought into it, and they are being patient, and they really are doing a good job.
There's no doubt, and it's been a smooth transition, and I think everybody's just so glad to be face-to-face. I hear so many teachers talking about how important it is for them to actually get in the classroom face-to-face with the kids, because doing it through the virtual technology is one thing, but doing it face-to-face makes it special again.
So we'll have a brief chat about the football game here. Last week we saw some promising things from the team, and it was, a tough loss really, because I thought the boys played really well. And tonight, scoreless going into half time. I mean, you're seeing it from a very different side right now. We won't go into it too deep, but, you liking what you see from the guys out there?
Well, it has. It's one of those things after the rain we've had, you never know how a game like this may go, how sloppy the field is, and because it does hurt offenses. But one thing that's been a key in the first half, we just never seemed to quite get any field position. We had it on the initial drive a little bit, and we had a chance, but we just have – if we can flip that field, get a short field one time, get one on the board, I really feel good about our chances. And but right now, we're executing fine, take care of the football, and keep plugging.
And Coach McRae, some character in the hallways, and certainly in the classroom, the kids love him. I think he's really been beneficial for the school so far with his sense of humor and what he's bringing to the table.
Well, there's no doubt. We're so pleased to have him join our family, and him and his wife and his kids. We're glad to have them, and I couldn't be any happier for him being over on that sideline, bringing these guys along, because they have already shown they're ready to play, and I think it's going to be a great year, and he's going to be a major reason for it.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much, Coach Lowe, or Headmaster Lowe, in your official new role now. So
we'll take whatever.
Yeah. As you can hear in the background, that's the helicopter that delivered the ball pre-game taking off, and that helicopter's heading out. And we've got about 6 minutes until the second half starts, so we're going to leave you, and we will be back in about 6.5 minutes. If you were female, you would even be more uncomfortable. Are we on? All right, welcome back to the second half here. Deerfield Windsor Knights and Miller County Pirates 0-0. Both teams about to take the field for the second half. An interesting first half. Neither team's really able to get their offense going. Both teams having some pretty big plays. Thomas Ray with that 44-yard pass to Parker Jones. Miller County's biggest play was probably the fake punt. So outside of that, I mean, the ball's been on the ground a little bit. The rushing game's kind of taken precedent, but neither team has really found a way to penetrate the opposition.
Yeah, and with that big stop that the Knights came up with after the fake punt, turns out to be huge in this ball game because it's still 0-0. So what a big stop there for the defense. That may come back to be the biggest play of the ball game, quite frankly.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting now in the second half. If either team gets down around the 20, 25-yard line and inside, if either team, they've both kind of been in those areas. Neither team's been able to punch it in yet. Which team might be the one that says, you know what, let's just put 3 points on the board and get going. We've got a freshman kicker in Waylon Marbury, who last week on his extra points really seemed to strike the ball very well and was comfortably putting the ball up through the uprights. We really haven't seen we haven't seen any punting from Miller County, so we wonder about their kicking game.
Right.
So, it's really going to be interesting to see what happens when both teams get down inside the 20, 25-yard line.
And if I'm Coach McCray, I really am comfortable with Waylon out there kicking. Personally, I had him as a 7th and 8th grader as a kicker, and we would even run in middle school football, run out there and let him kick field goals, which is honestly unheard of. So he's one that's very comfortable with the ball on the tee. You probably will at some point see that come to play in this game.
Yeah, Miller County are going to start with the ball the second half, so we'll see how his footing is on the kickoff. Last week he was getting the ball down to about the 5 or 10 yard line every time. Hopefully, we can keep get some good coverage and try and get Miller County pinned down in there early on with their speed and athleticism coming back. It really depends. If we can pin them down inside that 20 early on, even if Waylon's able to hit a low ball and it skids through the end zone.
Yeah, and quite frankly, last week I think he had an issue with out kicking his coverage. He was putting the ball down there about the 5 yard line, and the Sly County running back there was able to get about 10 yards, 15 yards of steam before he hit the first line of blockers. So I do think they've worked on some things on that this week, and I think that you'll see a great kick here from Waylon to start the half, and we'll get underway.
I'll say this. It was, very interesting to hear Coach Lowe talking, Mr. Lowe, Headmaster Lowe, talking at halftime there about how well the schools, the students, the parents, the coaches, the teachers, everyone really have reacted to the situation that we're under. And it really is great to be able to see the amount of support that we've had across the board, and especially as strange as it is for these kids to come back into a school that they haven't been in since mid-March, how that well they've behaved and how well they've followed on. So
that's right, and we do have a great group of kids here at Deerfield Windsor, so they're willing to adapt to anything that's thrown at them, and so that's been great. But we are ready to go here. Waylon's got the ball on the tee, and here we go. And it looks like they're going to blow that dead here. I think Waylon got started a little early. So we're going to come back and we're going to kick it again.
Which was lucky for us because he kicked it out of bounds.
that was a very lucky break there.
He's tried to put it down in the corner there and he's kicked it out of bounds. I don't think there was a whistle that started the clock yet. Clock's still on 12 minutes. So I think, he's kind of got away with one, and that may have been done on purpose just to see how he could strike the ball. A little cheeky kick there just to get a bit of practice in. But hopefully now this second time around he's going to be able to keep it in bounds and really get it down into the corner.
Ought to be good and warm now. So we'll line it up here again and kick it one more time. And Marbury gets us underway. And that is a much better kick. He's going to field it about the 25-yard line and fight. Pretty good return there, back out to about the 44-yard line. So pretty good opening field position here for Miller County. And the Knights defense will come out and look to make a big stop.
Yeah, a little higher kick there. It looked like he got under it. Didn't quite get through the middle of the ball there. I don't know if that was done by design to keep it away from those two guys at the back. Try and kick it in between them or trying to kick it short. But
yeah, and I think they had a slight problem with that last week. Again, you don't want to give those guys it's a head of steam back there. So yeah, a little pooch kick there and go ahead and keep them on their side of the 50. So Miller County is going to line up here in the gun. They've got twins receivers to the left. They're going to motion left, hand it back off to the right to that running back bruising forward. That is number 22.
And there seems to be two flags on the play there. There's a flag. There was a flag early on the far side, and then a referee flew through his flag in the backfield right here. So we're about to see what the call. It's a face mask against the Knights. Was the referee's call. There was a flag on the other side of the field that was thrown earlier on or before the snap, so we'll see what that one is.
And that one's still on the ground over there, so waiting for that call.
There's a face mask against the Knights, as we know. And it's a false start against Miller County. Those penalties offset, so it's going to be first down and 10 once more.
So we'll line up and we'll do it again here. First and 10 from the 43-yard line. 42-yard line. Miller County's going to come out again in that Dubs look. Single tailback. They're going to motion that back from the left side. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep. Gleaton Jones is there, but he's able to break that tackle, and he's going to fight forward there for about 7 or 8. So that is Jamal Wesley on the carry.
And once again, it's been impressed with Wesley still being able to move after the initial contact has been made. He's managed to break some tackles. He's managed to get through. It's going to be second down and about 3 here.
Same
again,
thing,
they
motion.
bring him in motion. And Gleaton Jones is there with Carter Deriso.
The Knights so far on the night have not been fooled much out of this look with that jet motion, anything like that. Miller County's just been able to break some tackles. Any of the runs that they've had, we've had a defender in the backfield on them, and they've been able to fight through those arm tackles. But again, like we said, we know they've got some backs. We know they've got some athletes out there, and so you've got to bring them down with that initial contact. So
yeah, it seems like there seems to be a little difference in the markings here. It looks like the ball's over the first down marker, but the chain gang is not. But that's not going to matter as number 2.
Champ Kyle's there on the carry.
Champ Kyle's able to break through those tackles and get a first down anyway.
And he's a very dynamic multi-sport athlete back there. So, Knights have their handful with him. Other than the one big run, they've really kind of kept him in check. But he does have big playability, as he shows there, breaking some tackles. So that'll bring up first and 10 from the 45-yard line here for Miller County. So Miller County's going to line up in that Dubs look, motion number 7 to the left. They're going to toss it back to that side, and the Knights are going to have him in the backfield wrapped up. He almost was able to skirt free there, but a whole host of Knights were able to put hats on him there. There is a flag down on the play.
Yeah, and how he broke out of there, I have no idea. It's like 3 of the Knights were all over him, and it looks like we're going to bring him down. He managed to get out of it, and then Carter Deriso just in an open field tackle. But here comes the penalty. It's holding against Miller County. And I think...
Now, with the spot there, I would think that Coach McCrae probably wants to decline that because that was a loss of about 6 or 7.
I would imagine so. But is the holding penalties 10, is it?
Yeah, it's 10 from the spot there, Coach, but he's going to decline it. There we go. So Wait, why is the ball spotted at the 10?
Yeah, that's not right. And the referee's going in to change this because the ball should be
about the other 45.
Yeah, mark back on the 45. He's declined the penalty, and the officials have still put the ball down for a 1st and 10 when it should be a 1st and 20. And fair play to the referee there. He's noticed that, jumped in early, and I think Coach Rhodes was slightly perturbed about that decision.
Just a little bit over there, Coach. Yeah. So they're going to come out here, again in that Dubs look. It seems to be their favorite formation of the night. No motion here. They're going to drop back, Champ the throw. He's going to throw over there, and it's picked up.
An interception. It looks like Hunter Rowan. Hunter Rowan, he's in. Hunter Rowan's going all the way. Here he goes, 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Knights. Hunter Rowan with a 55-yard interception, and he broke down the sideline, and he was not caught.
Wow, what a huge play there. He read that route perfect, jumped that route in front of it, and there was nothing but daylight in front of him. Broke a tackle there on the side there. Coach, that was a great, fantastic play by the senior corner there.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw in the first half how he was able to cover the wide receiver down in the corner and got in front of him there. And really, he's done the right thing. He's picked that up, and he's gone the entire way, 55 yards down the sideline. And what got me is after he broke the first few tackles, he was gone.
He was gone. Yeah, absolutely. He showed speed I didn't know he quite had right there, Coach. He turned that on, and he was out of there. But that was a huge momentum swing there for the Knights. Put the first points on the board on a big play. Miller County was driving there. So that was a big change in momentum.
And here's freshman Waylon Marbury. He was good last week. It's a bad snap. The kick is up. But the kick is no good. I thought I had a whistle there before the kick.
There was. That's kind of a strange sequence of events. But unfortunately there, Waylon not able to get that one through. So that will leave the Knights here with 9 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third with a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, and that was a very low snap, and it skidded across the ground to Thomas, and you could tell that Thomas was trying to get the ball up, and certainly not Waylon's fault, not Thomas's fault in there. It was a low snap skidding across the ground, especially on a wet night. It's tough to take those.
Well, and when that ball's offset like that, that's hard to hit it square and put it through right there. He did a fantastic job of kicking it solid. Just unfortunately just skirted right left of that goalpost. So he'll come out here looking to pin Miller County back deep and get that defense back out on the field here, looking for another big play. So the ball is on the tee, and we are underway here. And it's a pretty solid kick, and it's dropped. Number 15 drops the ball. Knights have got pretty good coverage there. And there is a flag. Looks like a block in the back there. So that'll be even better there for the Knights. So the ball is originally blown dead at the 20. Let's see what our official call is.
Yeah, and it looks like McRae there. He was up under that ball. And dropped it, couldn't quite pick it up, gave the Knights more time for coverage, and then flags came flying in everywhere. And I think you're right, that's going to be holding against Miller County. So with that on the 15 and the penalties, is that 10 yards from the spot, it's going to take Miller County all the way down inside the 10.
Yeah, and so far on the night, Coach, I do think we have seen this wet ball come into play a few different times. On that speed option, one time Miller County put it on the turf, and then on that one right there, it takes a little more focus to grab that wet football, especially on a solid kick like that from Marbury. So he's got him pinned deep here, starting at about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
Yeah, and this is what Coach Lowe was talking about at halftime. If we could pin them deep early and our defense has done a great job on the stops and obviously the interception the last time around. If we can keep them deep in here, then we may have the opportunity to have a better starting position.
So they're going to line up in the I formation. They're going to hand the ball to the right. Looks like Rowan's going to come up and make that tackle. There is another flag down.
It looks like it's going to be holding, I think, against the Pirates once again. Let's have a look here. Flag was thrown in the backfield.
It looked like Hunter was able to actually fight through the hold there. He was held on the edge by a wide receiver, able to get through it, make the tackle, but it doesn't matter. They're going to back it up anyway. So
yeah, and that's inside the 10-yard line as well, so that's going to take it really deep into Miller County goal line territory.
Yeah, it's going to be half a distance to the goal there, so you're looking at ball being about on the 4-yard line, 5-yard line there. So backs against the wall here for Miller County, and the Knights are looking to make another big play on defense. So they're going to come out in the I formation, tight end to the right. They're going to turn. They're going to hand it again to that back, that same play to that side. And they're going to get about to the original line of scrimmage there. That was number 22, Elijah Williams on the carry there for the Pirates. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and it looks like, especially on the run defense right now, Coach Rhodes has really got a plan. They know where they're going. And you know, especially in the second half here, the boys are actually starting to make the tackles, where in the first half they missed a couple of tackles. They were able to gain 3 or 4 extra yards that they weren't or they shouldn't have been able to.
So again here with that pro-I formation, tight end to the right. They're actually going to move that tight end over to the left side. Gleaton Jones moves over with him. They're going to turn. They're going to run it that way, right at Gleaton. And it looks like number 51, which is Connor Smith. Connor Smith coming up in there on the tackle.
It's a gain of about 3.5 yards for the Pirates. So it's now going to be 3rd down and about 7. But Connor Smith there, he picked it early and he didn't back down. Connor Smith put his shoulder down. He went in. He made the tackle. And again, no yards after the original contact, which again we were seeing in the first half. And the Knights seem to have fixed that problem.
And Connor is a good, strong player here for the Knights. He's getting a little more playing time with senior Drew Wright out with an injury this week. So he's done well stepping up into that role. They're going to come out in the I. They're going to toss it to the left. It's going to be a heck of a play there looks like Smith Flynn.
And Carter Deriso.
Carter's been making some big plays for us, Coach. He is a fantastic tackler in the open field, and that's why you keep seeing him out there. He's made huge plays both tonight and against Lye County last week. Had a few touchdown-saving tackles on some kickoffs, so it's been good to see the junior come out here and make some huge plays.
Yeah, and these younger guys really have come out and made a difference. I mean, you look at Will Wiles made a big difference. Carter Deriso making a big difference on defense, and that's what the Knights need. That's what we need. We need those younger guys showing up day in, day out, and really doing the job that they're being asked to do by the coaching staff.
On the strength of this football team is their depth. So the Miller County is going to drop back and punt it here. Well, end-over-end punt. It's going to bounce, take a Knights bounce, and fall dead at about the 45-yard line. So great job there by Parker. Saw it as a short kick, backed up, took a great bounce, and so we'll take over with I think it's our best field position of the night here, Coach.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is we've got plenty of time. We got just under 7 minutes. Time to get a little field position. We see what Coach McRae's got here on the shorter field. He's had to kind of get us out of trouble a few times when we've been put back inside our own 20, but you know, we might see the playbook open up a little bit here.
I was about to say
45 yards.
You might see him get a little creative here, right there, and show that deep football background he's got. So the Knights are going to come out here in the shotgun. You got Twins receivers to the right. Actually, looks like trips. There's a tight end over that way. They're going to hand the ball to that side to Gleaton Jones, who's going to fight forward for a gain of about 4. It's been great to see Gleaton getting 3 or 4 yards of carry here tonight. He was bottled up pretty regularly last week, so that's going to be huge for the Knights if he can continue to pound the ball and run this clock. So
yeah, and I think it's only a matter of time. I mean, Gleaton has a pretty good eye there at the line, and you know, I think it's a matter of time before he gets the opportunity where he's going to find the right hole and he's going to be able to break away. And I think once that happens, you know, he's going to get himself in for that touchdown. But Thomas takes the snap there, throws it out to the right side to Smith Flynn, safe hands for a gain of about 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 1 for the Knights.
Yeah, just a little quick curl route there. Throw it to your most sure-handed receiver. Let him come down with it and bring a short 3rd down here. So the T-Ray's going to come out under center here. double tight formation. Ball's on the ground. Ball's down. Mishandled the snap.
And it's some Miller County players there claiming that they have the ball. I think Thomas got down on that ball pretty quick. It'd be very difficult for me to see how a Miller County player got down there before. And Thomas did get down first, and the Knights do keep the ball, but it's now going to be 4th down and about 4.
So with a lead here, I'd be interested to see what Coach McCray decides to do. You could either try to pin them deep here, or it is a 4th and short. So he still has his offense out there. May try to get him to jump off sides here, but let's see what he's got. Got a Twins look to the right, tight end to the left. He's going to snap it, and he's going to fake the toss and keep it. And
there's a little fake play there, and it looks like we got it.
Coach, they had me faked.
Yeah,
Parker Jones ends up with the football there, and it looks like it will be a 1st down.
Oh, so I think, yeah, it was. And to be quite honest, I think we all lost the ball there. We were all looking. We thought Thomas was going to keep it. Glee tossed it out to Glee, and then all of a sudden Parker came inside, and he's got the 1st down. So here we go. Knights have a ball on the Miller County 33-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 10.
Trips formation here to the left for the Knights. Going to snap it and hand it to Gleaton, who is blown up there in the backfield. Big play there by number 22, Elijah Williams, come flying in there to make the tackle. The sophomore linebacker for Miller County. He's been involved on both sides of the ball all night here. He's a good little player they've got. But he came free right there through the play side A gap, and unfortunately Gleaton had nowhere to go.
Yeah, I don't even know if Gleaton had the ball in his hands firmly by the time he got hit there. I mean, he was through that line quick.
So the Knights will come out. They've got a offset formation with Singletary up in front of T-Ray. They're going to fake the throw, jump pass there to complete to Will Plowton there. So great play, fake the handoff.
And that's enough for a 1st down as well.
And that was a great play call there from Coach McCray. When you do those things with T-Ray back there, he does have to throw a jump pass.
Yeah.
But he is very athletic and can get that thing out quick. So that was a fantastic play call there for the Knights.
Yeah, Will Plowden did well. He wasn't really under much pressure, but he knew he had the 1st down. Don't take the risk. Get the ball in your hands. Make sure it's secure, and then we have a 1st down on the 20.
In the shotgun here, that same offset formation, they're going to throw a quick screen over there to Smith Flynn, who is hit solid over there on the sidelines.
That's a flag. I think that might be targeting.
I think you may be correct.
It was a rough hit. I wonder if the Miller County defender that dropped his helmet there, or we can't see from this side if it was a late hit out of bounds. But the flag came after the hit. It looked like... No, it is holding. Okay. Against the
Wishful
Knights.
thinking over there for us there, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, the flag came in after that hit there, and it's about 100 yards away from us. So
all the way across the field there.
And obviously we saw one like that last week on Ethan Johnson.
Yeah,
so
we did see one there with Ethan on that very similar play.
Yeah.
Where he was hit out of bounds. That was a targeting call. So, but Smith Flynn able to hold on and stay in the ball game there. No damage from that hit. But with the hold call, we're going to come back and be 1st and 15. T-Ray is going to line up in the shotgun. Singletary is in the slot to the left. Parker is split out wide to the left. Smith Flynn to the right. They're going to hand the ball. T-Ray is going to keep it and scoot out there for a gain of about 6.
Yeah, he got just in front of the original line of scrimmage there, and I think that's really the first time we've seen him keep the ball and really try and get outside tonight.
That was exactly what I was going to say. That's the first time when he showed off his wheels tonight. So good solid run by the quarterback there.
And a smart, simple play as well, because what it does do also, like we talked about earlier now, gets us back in Wayland's kicking range.
That's right.
So, we can take a couple of shots, whether we take it on the ground or whether Thomas Ray tries to throw it into the end zone. But 4th down, now we've got the opportunity, hopefully, if all goes well.
They're going to throw a little shovel pass here to Parker Jones, who cuts back the opposite direction from the play. Great read there from Parker. The play, Miller County read that perfect, but it was a little over pursuit. And he cut back, found a running lane, and the senior there showing his quickness and creativity. getting about 6 or 7 there on a play that should have been tackled in the backfield. So
Yeah, I mean, it's great vision by Parker, quick feet, especially on this wet ground. You know,
yeah.
he quite easily could have slipped over as he changed direction, but really kept his balance well, and was able, like you said, to get about 6 yards in there. And it's going to be 3rd down on the Miller County 15-yard line.
T-Ray's going to come down under center here, offset I formation. They're going to turn. They're going to hand it to Gleaton, who's hit again at the line of scrimmage. Again, that run play to the left may be exactly what we're talking about here to get it lined up for Wayland to make this a 2-score game. But we will see what Coach McCray decides to do here. And here he runs out Wayland.
Is that him? Or yeah, here he comes. So the young freshman kicker, who didn't get a chance to kick any field goals last week, was very good on his extra points. Was unlucky earlier with a low snap on the extra point, and really the opportunity here for him to put the Knights 9-0 ahead.
Yeah, this will be a huge play right here. Make this a 2-score ball game. If we can get a good snap, good hold, I think Wayland will be able to put it through. This is well within his range here.
Yeah, 32-yard field goal. There's the snaps, good. Oh, and the kick was blocked. The kick was blocked. It looked like the ball almost slipped off of his foot. Nerves get him there a little bit.
I think so. That's a tough spot again with that freshman kicker out there. That unfortunately he's got a big leg, but I don't think that ball got over 6 feet.
No. I wonder if if he rushed it a little bit. Yeah. Looked like he came through a little bit quick on it.
He did. So that's unfortunate there for the Knights, but still not great field position here for Miller County. The Knights defense has shown they've been tough all night, so you got to take that opportunity there and try to put it through so to make it a 2-score game. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 for Miller County from the 22-yard line.
Well, and you hope now that one of the coaching staff, some of the players go put their arm around him and just say, hey, chin up, we go again, all right?
He's going to have plenty more opportunities in his career.
Absolutely.
So you got to get over that one. It's just one. So Miller County is going to line up here in the gun. And it looks like they only had 10 on the field there because they did not have that wide receiver split out wide to the right here. So they will take a timeout, and we will be back with you here in just a second. So Thomas Ray leads the Knights offense in yardage. He's got about 95 yards passing and about 11 on the ground. Nick Singletary leads the Knights in rushing yards. He's got 17 on the night. So Miller County is going to come out here again in that Dubs look, motion from the left. They're going to hand it back that direction for the motion, and it's going to fall forward for a gain of about 4.
John Branch there on the tackle. Also with 55, Giacomo Palazzolo. Both of them in there on the tackle, and there's a gain of about 5. So the Pirates are going to have 2nd down and 5 on their own 26-yard line.
And those two have been, quite frankly, been the anchors of our defense. John Branch and Giacomo have done a fantastic job in the trenches, both games. A lot of times it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but those guys are great run stoppers, and they're forcing everybody that we play to try to beat us on the edge. So Miller County is going to come out again in that same formation, motion from the left. They're going to fake the run, and the quarterback's going to keep, and he's going to fight forward. And they're going to blow the play dead as he broke out of there, but forward progress was stopped, and that will be the end of the third quarter. So the Knights will head into the fourth quarter with a 6-0 lead. They've had a few opportunities to put some other points on the board, but outside of the Hunter Rowan interception return for a touchdown, the offense still has yet to put one in. But they have done a good job of protecting the football. They have not had any turnovers so far, and the one turnover on the game for Miller County is what's cost them.
Yeah, and it's really been that kind of battle, to be fair. I think both defenses have really, especially in that third quarter there, stepped up. The first two quarters, it was a little bit of not being able to quite find the gap, a couple of mistakes and spills by both offenses, helping the defense out. But the defense has really been on top there in that third quarter, and it's going to be interesting now with the plays that they've been able to make on both sides, if the coaches are going to make any adjustments. If either one defense is getting tired, even though the ball's been fairly consistent.
It has.
No defense has been on the field for a longer period of time. So we'll see going into the fourth quarter. If we can hold them tight again here, we should have decent position, and then it's just about taking time off the clock. And like we talked about earlier, with the different running back options that we have, we can really rotate those three guys,
right,
keep them fresh. And show some different looks.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. If you notice, a lot of the Miller County running backs are making big plays on defense. We have guys we can rotate bodies, and hopefully our depth puts us over the top here in the fourth quarter. So we're going to come out, get started here again. Miller County is going to come out in the offset eye. They're going to snap it and keep it with the quarterback, who's going to fight. The ball's out. The ball is out.
That was an early call there by the coaching staff. Yet to see anything from the officials, or at least yet to see an official.
And we do have an injured player here. It is number 2, the quarterback, Champ Kyles here. So let's hope he is okay. He is down, and he's not doing much moving here, Coach.
And that would be a massive loss for Miller County. We're still yet to see an official call and a turnover, but. The officials have run our ball onto the field, which tells us without the official call right now that it will be a fumble return for Deerfield. Sorry, a fumble recovery from Deerfield. And we will start with the ball on our 35 after this injury timeout. And number 2, Champ Kyles, he looks really like he's struggling. He's being helped off the field. It looks like maybe an ankle injury, maybe a knee injury, but they're helping him over to the bench. It's his left leg by the looks of things. And even with being carried, they are moving really slow here. So, thinking of him, what a football player.
Yeah, he is the heart and soul of this Miller County football team, as he's shown all throughout the night. And he's a multi-sport athlete, and you hate to see that for this program. But T-Ray's going to come out. He's going to fake the screen. He's going to throw it up to Smith Flynn, who's going to catch it there and get down to about the 1-yard line. So big play on the fake screen. Throw the ball over the top there. That was a huge play from Thomas Ray to Smith Flynn.
Yeah, and Smith Flynn was wide open there, and you almost wonder, like you said earlier, as good a play as it was, where's Miller County's minds right now?
Right. Yeah. That's exactly it. When your star goes out like that, it makes it tough. rally and come back, especially after a turnover. So the Knights are going to come out, snap the ball to T. Ray, who's going to push it, fight in.
And that's a touchdown.
And that is
Knights.
a touchdown.
Touchdown Knights. Thomas Ray goes in from about a yard out, 1st and goal. And that gives the Knights a 12-0 lead with 11.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And on comes Waylon Marbury once again. Is he?
Well, actually, it looks like they're going with a
It looks like
with
they're
a
going
12
for 2,
lead.
doesn't
They're
it?
going to try to go for 2 here to make it a 14-point game.
And that's nothing to do with Waylon. That's just to get the points
yeah.
on the board, make
Exactly,
it a 2-touchdown game, make Miller County, score 2 twice to get themselves back in the game.
Shotgun trips to the right, fake. Oh. And a little trickery there from Coach McCray and Thomas Ray, and just unable to get that handoff back behind his back there. Shades of Boise State and Oklahoma there. The play from with it one Boise State, I believe it was the Sugar Bowl back a few years ago. You fake the run this way and drop it back the other direction. And
Almost somewhat like the old Statue of Liberty, but it's almost like he seemed to throw it behind his back instead of letting Gleaton just take it out of his hand. So anyway, with that being said, the Knights still have a 12-point lead, 11:35 left in the game. And the Knights are going to come out, put the ball on the tee, and hopefully we're going to pin the Pirates pretty deep here, and we're going to see, especially with Kyle's out of the game, it looks like ankle heavily iced down there, still struggling to walk, still being helped over towards the bench to see what his backup has with the Pirates.
Yeah, and again, let's hope Champ Kyles is able to make a full recovery pretty quickly and get back on the field, even if it's next week for the Pirates. So Waylon Marbury has the ball on the tee, and he's ready to get us underway. And here we go. Good kick there by Marbury. A little confusion there, and unfortunately, looks like it worked out well for Miller County. And he's going to take that to the house for a touchdown. So similar to what the issues that Waylon had last week, put a little too much, didn't get enough air into that. A little line drive kick, and outkicked his coverage.
Well, that ball was tipped. I mean, that's not gone straight into. That's not gone straight into McCray. So there's the cannon of Miller County scores, but that's something that we didn't need is for them to run that back. But it was interesting because it looked like the guy in front went up in front of McCray, tipped the ball into McCray, and from there he's gone. But fantastic run once again. The Knights had opportunities to make a tackle and.
And that has been something that so far on the year that the Knights have got to get figured out is how to pin these teams deep and play the field position game on kickoff as opposed to giving up those big plays. That is the first one that has been run back on the year against the Knights. So, but that's a big break there for Miller County. They're going to come out and kick this obviously here with the score being 12-6. So they're going to put the ball on tee. Ball's up.
It looked wide to me. It's no good.
So 6-point game. And the Knights will come back out on offense here, looking to move the ball meticulously down the field. I imagine Coach McCray is going to want to run some clock here.
Yeah, and the thing about it is for Miller County now, they've been able to put points on the board without Kyle's back there. And, so we're not going to get a chance really to see that offense again. So really for the Knights now, we've got to be able to take some time off the clock.
Yeah, and again, from like we said, from a momentum standpoint, that just rallied the troops over here for Miller County a little bit. So we really need a long drive in order to kind of suck the wind out of the sails here.
Yeah, and Kyle's is back up, and he's limping up and down the halfway line. It's going to be interesting to see if he tries to get himself back on the field, if the coaching staff put him back on the field. One more hit and he might be in real trouble. Yeah,
and this is a non-region game. So if it were my call as a coach, I may not run him out there. But, again, you're looking to win any ball game you can.
at this level. So.
Well, and you wonder if Miller County don't run that back for a touchdown if they leave him out, if it's a 12-point game. But now, it being a 6-point game, do you put your strongest player back on the field? But he is really struggling up and down that sideline right now.
Yeah, I can't. He's jogging up and down here, and it's not looking too great. But they've got the ball on the tee, and they're going to get it underway here. They're going to kick it high. It's going to be fielded by Parker, who's drops it, but is able to pick it up, recover, and fall forward for an extra 2 or 3. So the Knights will take over on offense from the 30-yard line.
I think Kyles has just told the Miller County head coach, I'm good to go, put me on, and he's been pulled back.
Well, you got to love the heart and soul there.
Absolutely.
He wants to be out there fighting with his guys. But the Knights are going to come out here. It looks like they've got we got twins to the left, tight end right here, I formation. They're going to snap, and they're going to fake the handoff to Gleaton Jones. And they're going to drag T-Ray down with what looked like should have been a horse collar tackle. But
there is a flag.
There.
Yeah, Colin Jackson, once again, he's the one that's got through the line a few times and really been able to get through. But like you said, was it a true horse collar from behind? I'm not sure whether he just got the side of his shirt.
Well, the ruling on that is even the back of the jersey counts as a horse collar tackle. Now, again, this could even be because Thomas was talking to the official. This could even be a personal foul there. Let's see what the call is.
And it is a horse collar. Personal foul, horse collar.
So that is
instead of a loss of about 11, that's going to be
15-yard personal foul there. So that'll be an automatic first down there for the Knights too. So they're going to take it forward. So we'll see. I believe I am incorrect on my first down call, automatic first down call, but it will be 1st and 10 regardless.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I think, about 1st down and 9 after the call there. Just pretty much gave us the yardage back, which we got lucky. Thomas was down inside our own 15.
Ball's going to be snapped. They're going to fake the handoff to Gleaton Jones. Thomas Ray's going to take it off the left side, and that is, again, only the second time he's been able to show that off, but he is very quick and hard to catch when he gets out there. So fantastic read there. If it was a read, I'm not sure, or a design run, but he took it back off the left side after faking that run to Gleaton and was able to pick up big yardage.
Yeah, 14-yard run there by Thomas around the left-hand side. Gets us a first down, gets us up out of danger to about our 45. So like you said, I think really now it's about the clock's running. We're coming down to about 10.5 minutes left in the game. I think we'd still be looking to at least score at least a field goal once more.
So they're going to hand the ball to Gleaton Jones off that left side. He's going to run hard for a hard 8 yards before he's hit there by number 21 for Miller County, which is Jamarian Holder.
And like we said earlier, Gleaton's going to find that hole, and eventually there's going to be some tired legs in there. And, I think, he's got a bigger run there than he had before. So, hopefully he's staying fresh in there and he's going to keep those eyes moving, find that hole eventually, because if he breaks that tackle, then he's home free.
So we've got trips lined up to the left side, tight end to the right. They're going to hand the ball, fake the handoff to Gleaton to that side, run it to T-Ray, who is hit solidly there for a gain of about 5, which will be a Knights first down. So Thomas Ray with a huge run there for the Knights.
And the key to this is now with Thomas Ray being able to run the ball successfully, this should open up the holes for Gleaton. It should open up the holes for Preston and Nick as well. And that's exactly what we need with that clock counting down, coming up to 9 minutes.
Again, with that same formation, trips to the left. They're going to fake it, and they're going to let Thomas drop back to throw it. He's going to sling it out there to Parker Jones, who catches the ball and fights forward for about 14 yards. So I believe that ball was tipped, and Parker was still able to come down with it.
Yeah, Parker's done very, very well there, keeping his eyes on the ball, because I think Thomas had pressure on him coming around the back, The ball was tipped back at the line of scrimmage. Parker had pressure in front and behind of him, and still to be able to hold that ball on and take that catch up on the Miller County 31, that's very impressive.
And fantastic throw. Thomas had to change his arm angle in order to get that off to keep it from being deflected at the line. So that's a high level throw there by the sophomore quarterback.
Well, and that low throw as well.
Jones takes the ball off that right side. There is a flag down right there. I'm not sure.
I think that might be a face mask.
In the area. Yeah, I think so.
I think that's a flag all the way out here after the initial contact on Gleaton. There were no other Knights in the area. No, I guess so. There was. Holding against the Knights. That's against Wyatt Brannon. So that was holding against Wyatt. And that's going to bring the Knights back 10 from the spot. So that's going to put them back on the Miller County 41.
So it will still be first down for the Knights here.
But it's going to be first down and about 20, which is a shame for Gleaton because he was able to stretch his legs out there and really try and get around the edge that he hasn't been able to do this evening.
So the Knights have a trips open look here. 3 receivers split out wide to the left. Thomas sees something, checks his protection there. He's going to get some pressure on him. Oh, and the ball was tipped as it came out there again by T-Ray. But these receivers have done a great job of trying to come back and make plays on the ball.
Yeah,
Flynn almost made that one.
Yeah, and once again, number 7, Colin Jackson's the one that's getting around the edge, and we're having a real trouble trying to contain him around there because that's 3 times now in the last 6 or 7 plays that Jackson's been able to get around the edge. But all credit to Smith Flynn there. I think if that ground's not wet, I think he makes that catch.
I think he does. Now, what I see Miller County is doing here is when we go to those open formations, they're just deciding to bring the house, try to put pressure on Thomas, make him have to get the ball out early, which is leaving open receivers. But he's just got to get the ball out quick if he's going to do that. So they're going to come out under center this time. He's going to turn. He's going to fake the handoff to Singletary. He's going to take it around the edge himself. He's going to cut back. He's got room. And he shows he is tough to tackle. You just don't hit him square.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Colin Jackson earlier, who's making all these big plays, getting through the line. Thomas has just gone around Jackson there like he wasn't there.
Yeah, he's very quick, the sophomore quarterback. He can beat you with his arm. He can beat you with his legs. And we do have an injured player down on the field for the Pirates. So we will take another brief timeout while they check onto him. Excuse me, that is a Knight player down. So that does look like it is Jaden Hubbard down here. They are stretching him. It looks like it may be cramps. So let's hope that is just a minor cramp situation here for the big Knights lineman. So it looks like it is number 54, Jaden Hubbard, that was down, and he is up and walking to the sideline under his own power there, which is good. Thomas Ray has put together a nice little offensive night here for the Knights. He's got 185 total yards of offense, 142 in the air, and 43 on the ground, most of which has come in the fourth quarter. So he's had a fantastic night. And Parker Jones receiving has got 58 yards on the night. So that has been his go-to target. They're going to turn. They're going to hand the ball to looks like Singletary on the carry. He's unable to get going. So
it's going to be fourth down and about 13. And you've got Parker and Smith both on. Preston Jones and Gleedon both on, with Thomas as well in the backfield. So 4th down and 13. So we'll see here.
Coach McRae has trips to the right here. They're going to snap it, let Thomas drop back to try to let it rip. He's going to throw it over here to Parker, who's able to catch it, get to the outside edge, and it looks like he will be very close to a first down.
He's got down to the 18-yard line, and I think he needed to get to the 20. And he had 3 Pirates that came in, but Parker's up, and he's okay. It looks like it should be a first down. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. Parker gets the first down. Yeah, Thomas has thrown that behind him. So for Parker to keep that ball in play and able to turn and get probably about 15 yards on the run there.
Well, what Parker showed off there is what a lot of people don't know about him. He has got deceptive speed. He is very, very fast. He's able to stop and go there, and the Miller County defender froze, and he had no shot at catching him there on the edge. So they're going to run that trips. They're going to hand it to Gleaton, who is met by a host of Pirates for a loss of about
5, I think.
5. So.
And there's a red flag. What's that red flag down there?
I'm not
it's
sure.
Just a towel, sorry.
Looks like, okay, that looks like that is a towel down there.
Thought the challenge flag had came out there for a minute. But it really looks to me as though, I hate it for Gleaton because Miller County's defensive line, every time Gleaton seems to get the ball, they just wrap him straight up.
Yeah, they obviously had a plan to not let him get going on the ground. So Thomas is going to come out under center. Singletary, the fullback behind him. They're going to hand it to Singletary, and he shows what he does best, just powers forward for 6 or 7 yards there. And that will be a gain of about 6 or 7. They'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and again, Nick gets the ball in there. He knows what his role is. Puts his head down, powers those legs through, cracks on in, and gets that 5 or 6 yards every time.
So we've got a trips tight look with Singletary back behind him again. They're going to give it to him one more time. Let him, as Coach said, do what he does best and power forward close to a first down there.
Oh, I think that's easily a first down. He's got a first down by about 3 yards there, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Knights. Nick there gets about 12 yards on the rush, and again, puts his head down, keeps that ball nice and secure, and just powers his own way. And be interesting to see now if Coach McRae gives him the ball 6 yards out, and if he can do the same thing into the end zone.
So they're going to come out in the I formation, tight end to the right. Singletary and Jones back, and that's a blown play. And but that is the magic of Thomas Ray right there. He turned to hand the ball to Gleaton Jones, who was not there, and he said, "You know what? I'll just take it myself there for a touchdown." So fantastic read there by Thomas Ray.
I mean, Nick's gone early. Nick's gone to make the hole there. Gleaton was standing watching, and Thomas realized that he had three Pirates on him, and he's just been able to pretty much do a 180 spin there and found the hole. Everyone followed Nick and Gleaton off to the side, and Thomas walked in pretty much.
I'll tell you what, he is so much fun to watch with what he can do. You look back there, you see him. He's kind of small statured, but he is a big heart and big. Look at there with another completion there. A big league play, throwing off his back foot across his body on the slant route for the 2-point conversion there to Parker Jones.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that now is we're under 5 minutes. Miller County have to score 2 touchdowns here. So, smart. We tried to run it in the time before on a trick play. That was pretty simple. Thomas has taken his time. He looked for the throw. He waited maybe an extra second or two for the receiver to get in position and put it right between the numbers.
So another big game from the sophomore quarterback, Thomas Ray. He now has 2 touchdowns on the night and over 200 yards offense. So he has been the workhorse here for the Knights on offense, and he's just showing what we all know and how special of a kid he is for this Knights football team.
The interesting thing to me now, Coach, is going to see if we see Kyle's again. We're under 5 minutes. Obviously, I know that I've been in sports long enough to know the game's not over.
Right.
But, what are Miller County going to do? Are they going to push a couple of sets of plays without him and bring him back? Are they going to try and go for it straight off the bat?
It will be interesting to see. He is still favoring that ankle. So Waylon's going to put the ball on the turf this time, which may be a smart play. Well, I say that. And then he's able to break it to the edge here. And he's looked like he should have been pushed out of bounds here, but I think he stepped out back on the 40. But no call from the official on that. So the Miller County, another big return. And that Achilles heel there for the Knights, the kickoff, comes back to bite him yet again. So that will be great field position here for Miller County to take over. And it does look like they've rolled him back out there, Coach.
Yeah, we could give Waylon a bit of credit there because Waylon's come across and slowed the runner down.
He did.
He didn't quite get him out of bounds, but slowed the runner down and let the rest of the Knights come in there and make the tackle. But, yeah, I mean, we see Kyle's out there now. He's still calling the plays. He looks to be moving a little bit more freely, but I can't see him running, so I guess we're handing it off or throwing here.
They're going to toss it to the back to the right. He's going to cut back up the middle. He is met by a host of Knights, and he's brought down there by John Branch. So that's a good play there by the Knights.
Yeah, there are certain players that you have the ability to break away from. I don't think John Branch is one of them.
He is not one of those. So he's a big, strong, physical kid up there for that front line of that defense, and made a big play there. So they're going to come out again in the I formation. Tight end is to the left here. They're going to snap it. They're going to hand it to the fullback off that left side. And gain of maybe 2 there. Look like Wiles and Singletary in on the tackle.
Palazzolo was there as well. And, like we said earlier, Branch, Palazzolo, and Wiles, the little triangle in there have done such a great job.
They've made it tough sledding between the tackles for the Pirates on the night, and again, that's a recipe to win football games. So they're going to come out here in the I formation, tight end to the left. They're going to hand it, run the option. He's going to pitch it to 27 in the back there, who's going to get, he's going to gain
a few, but there's a
down.
flag, and it looked like Kyles was going to try and give it a run there. He kind of hesitated. He was looking for the option. He didn't want to go, but the option wasn't there. There's a Knight down on the far side. There's a flag down on the near side here by the line of scrimmage, which we think is probably holding.
And it is Smith Flynn down over there for the Knights. Let's hope the senior wide receiver and corner is okay. It does look like they're stretching him out over there. It is a little cooler than last week, Coach, but it is just as humid. So that the cramps are still a factor in this ball game, as just as they were last week. So hopefully Flynn's okay and can walk off under his own power here in just a second.
Yeah, he had a tough time last week, and obviously thinking about his injury from last year, we hope that he's over that.
Yeah.
And he's such a big weapon for this offense. His hands are fantastic. He finds himself a lot of space very quickly. He's a smart kid. He's an athlete. He knows where he can go. He knows where he should be and what he should be doing.
And it's nice to have a 6'2", 6'3" wide receiver out there on the edge as a safety blanket. So let's hope Flynn is okay. It does look like they're just stretching him out over there. So.
Yeah, and as we thought before, I think the penalty was against Miller County there, so that ball's going to be moved back to the Knights' 28-yard line. Sorry, 28-yard line. And there's about 3 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 with the ball on the Knights' 28.
So obviously, Miller County is in 4-down territory as they need 2 scores in order to 2 touchdowns, to get back in the ball game. So this could be a run or a pass situation. They do come out here in the shotgun. Kyles is back in there at quarterback. He does have a big arm. Let's see if they're going to let it rip, and he will. Oh, and that is big pressure there from Parker Jones.
What a hit. Fair hit. And Parker Jones, that's what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
everything was fair about that. Parker Jones has come straight through, shoulder pad straight through the numbers, and everybody's just gone silent at that point.
Well, yeah, he's a heck of a football player and has been for a few years for the Knights, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And he's got a brother who's pretty good at football too, and was a great one here for the Knights too. So that was a big play. Parker coming free on the edge and made a big hit on the quarterback in the backfield. Almost got the sack, but he was Kyles was able to get the ball off to nobody there. Just get the loss of down. So back again in that Dubs formation here. They're going to snap it, let Kyles drop back to throw. Here he's going to throw it up in the air towards the sideline, and it's caught. But I think he is. They're going to give him the catch. Wow. Heck of a play there from the Miller County wide receiver to go up and get that football.
Yeah, and that ball was in the air an awful long time. I mean,
it really was
a very long time. It was a tremendous throw. I mean, any longer and it was out of bounds, any shorter and it was picked off for sure. And he's put it exactly where it needed to be. And if there was any questions over his throwing range,
that was across the field, right there at the pylon. I mean, almost for a touchdown there. So they're going to hand the ball to that running back and fight forward, and he's going to be stopped. So, quite frankly, that's a big play there because tick-tock, the clock keeps rolling here. So 2.5 minutes left. Second down here and 3 for Miller County. They're trying to save their timeouts, obviously, because they're going to have to kick the ball back to the Knights or go for an onside kick. So they're going to line up in the I. They're going to snap it and hand it to the fullback, and he's going to fight forward, and he's stopped again. So, again, another huge stop there for the Knights defense as that clock is just going to keep on going. So
yeah, I mean, that's second down. First down and second down from about 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and goal. And it looks like this time are they over the line? No sign from the officials yet. And now there is touchdown Pirates.
So they're trying to keep the contact off of Kyles there and hand it to the fullback, but unfortunately that wasn't working. So they just let him go right over the top of the center. So that is a touchdown. They will. That is 20-12. So I would imagine they're going to come out here and kick the extra point to make it a 7-point ball game.
Yeah, and it's a shame because the Knights defense done such a fantastic job. I mean, that ball really was in the air for a long time. But it was a fantastic catch, and it was a good throw that needed to be put where it was. So, from that standpoint, you really can't argue.
You can't.
With the offensive side.
That
of the
really
play.
that really is a ball on 4th down. That honestly, 1 out of 15 times are they able to come down with that. It was a big play, and now they're going to run out here, and it looks like they're going to go for 2. So an interesting decision to go for 2 here. And the play is going to be blown dead here. It's going to be a timeout. So Deerfield's going to use a timeout here as Miller County showed that they were going to come out and go for 2.
I think the official has signaled that it was a Miller County timeout.
Really? So if that was a Miller County timeout, that is a huge break for the Knights because that is one less time that they can stop that clock.
How many rushing and passing?
So after the timeout, we are back here for Miller County looking to go for 2. They're in that I formation. Wide receiver split out way wide to the left here. They're going to drop back and throw it, and it is complete. And there goes that cannon there for Miller County. That startled me every time.
That pass was there to Colin Jackson, the number 7 we've been talking about on defense a lot. he was just able to find a way around the back there, and pretty easy pass for Kyles, being as tall as he is, and just touched it over the top into Jackson.
So that makes it a 6-point game. The Knights right here obviously looking to just hold on and wind down this last minute and 42 seconds. Miller County, I believe, has 2 timeouts left. They can stop the clock twice here. So far, obviously, for the Knights, leading the way is Thomas Ray. He has about 50 yards on the ground rushing and almost 175 through the air. So and he's responsible for 2 of those touchdowns as well. So big night again for Thomas Ray, the sophomore quarterback.
We're expecting an onside kick here. I mean, a minute and 42 seconds left. I'm sure Pirates are going to try and drop it 10 yards.
Yeah, because the field position isn't necessarily as much of an issue if the Knights are able to recover it. Whether they have the ball at the 25, 30, or the 40 is not a big deal. So I fully expect Miller County to try to recover the onside kick here.
Yeah, it's amazing to me, especially we had 6 points through the first 3 quarters, and we've had 28 points in the fourth.
Definitely a different fourth quarter. So here we go. We're underway, and it looks like he's going to kick it out of bounds. So big break there for the Knights. That will give us great field position as the kick went out of bounds. It looked like they were trying to punch it right over that first line and then beat the Knights to it. So it's not a bad strategy, just not perfect execution there. So.
Well, and with that end over end kick, I mean, that could have landed and bounced back
That's right.
towards them. So, it's a calculated risk. It's a gamble, but, it's one of those you got to take. But then you think,
right.
Do they have the onside kick in them? And you got to ask the questions.
Yeah, that is so right there. So we are coming out here again looking to wind down this last minute and 42 seconds. Score is 20-14. Knights are up 6. It will be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Excuse me. They're going to move it up after the penalty to the 35-yard line.
And really what we need here, I think, as soon as we get the first down, the first couple of plays, Miller County has to stop the clock, take those 2 timeouts, and then hopefully we can punch that yardage. Nick's in the backfield, so looking for that 5 or 6 yards on the first 2.
And they're going to hand it to Singletary as fully expected there. And he is going to bully his way down to for a gain of about 8 or 9. So that is exactly what you want on that first carry from your big fullback.
Yeah, the last thing you want is to get short yardage there and be really worried about giving the ball away, and especially with some of the high snaps and the punt situations we've been having.
That is
for
true.
Nick to be able to get 8 yards nice and early, and now hopefully he can punch a couple more, get the first down, keep the clock going as we wind down towards 1 minute left in the game.
So 2 yards to essentially seal the deal here for the Knights. They're going to hand it to Singletary, who was wrapped up quickly in the backfield by number 57.
I think it's Gerald Smith. He's listed as number 99, but he's number 57 on the field there. That's a loss of about 3 yards. He managed to break himself through the line there. Miller County take their second time out of the second half with 57.8 seconds left. And it's going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Knights with the ball on our own 44.
So this is a big play here. Big play here. If they can get 4 or 5 yards, with Miller County only having 1 timeout remaining, that will pretty much seal the deal. And the Knights can get that point, get into the victory formation, and take a knee and be done. So as we line up here with 57.8 seconds left to go in the ball game, ball is on the 44-yard line, and we will see if we can't get this first down and put the ball game away.
Yeah, looking at the players that are coming back out, Nick's back there in the backfield, Gleaton's back there in the backfield, and of course Thomas Ray's in there. So, again, we've got these options. Is Thomas Ray going to keep this and scramble 3 or 4 yards? Are we going to punch Nick through the hole? Or is Gleaton going to finally find his space? And it's a false start. That is what we did not need.
That is definitely not what you're looking for there. As Jones takes a false step there, He's unfortunately that's going to back us up 5. That limits your options here on third down. You don't necessarily want to pass the ball. You want to run the clock here, make Miller County take that last timeout. So let's see what Coach McCray has up his sleeve here.
Yeah, and it's a shame because we've been so sound on the offense in the second half. Everything seems to have gone right for us, and maybe just a little bit of panic in there to make sure we try and get those extra yards.
So they're going to motion Gleaton down here. The wing back set up here. They're going to motion him across. They're going to hand it to him on the edge. He's going to get the edge, fight forward, keep churning those legs, stay up. He is still churning, and he's going to get about 2 yards shy of the first down there. So good hard run there from Gleaton Jones. He was running like a man that just made a mistake. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah, and he for sure. The umpires, the officials here have kept the clock running. The officials called the play dead as forward motion was stopped. We thought the ball was out of bounds, but the officials decided that it wasn't out of bounds. It was a stop of forward motion. Miller County then wasted about 10 seconds before they called their last timeout, and that's given us about 37. So now a first down wins a game.
And right here, this is a tough situation. I'm not sure what I would do here. 4th and short. I'm kind of scared to punt the ball away here and let them return one. But also, too, if you don't get this first down, they get the ball with 37 seconds with a legitimate shot at the end zone. So this is a tough situation to be in as a coach. But I'm sure Jake McCray has been in plenty of these similar situations and has some things drawn up here.
Well, and we've got to give Garrett some credit as well, because the one kick that he did get earlier, it was a high snap. He's pulled it down and he hit it 54 yards.
Yeah.
So, from that standpoint, Garrett is back there in the backfield. I think this is definitely a no-risk situation. I think if the snap's good, we're going to be pinning them back pretty deep.
Do you try to punt this one out of bounds, Coach, to avoid the return?
Well, maybe.
So we'll come out here. Garrett's back to punt it away here, and high snap. There is exactly what we're talking about on that. That is unfortunate.
We talked about it, and we talked about the high snap. Garrett got back on the ball, and Pirates are going to take over with 30 seconds on our 20.
Special teams, Coach. Special teams have been a difference maker in these first 2 ball games for the Knights. Offensively, we've looked sound. We haven't had many turnovers. Defensively, we've forced turnovers, including scoring on it. But special teams has been our Achilles heel so far, and that's something I think if they can get this under control, we got a pretty good football team. But that hurts right there. That hurts.
Yeah, I mean, you almost think, do you tell Garrett to take a couple of extra steps back? We know. I mean, I think that's 6 out of 6 snaps that we've had that have been high in the last 2 weeks.
Every one of them on the punt. So.
Obviously changes have got to be made there. We need a stop here. They have no timeouts left, so they have to take some shots. There's the first one. That's deep. And that's knocked out of bounds. Nearly intercepted.
And the receiver number 11 there,
Rodriguez Wilson.
Essentially played safety there because Smith Flint had the interception if Rodriguez didn't knock it out of his hands there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. 24.7 seconds left here in the ball game. Miller County with life, given life late here by the Knights on the high snap. So
and they've got to keep taking the shots. I mean, they're not going to have a chance. That we've done a decent job of the run defense. We know Kyle's is struggling with that foot a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
They're going to send pressure up the middle. They're going to get some pressure on Kyles. He's going to throw it up. It's caught, but he is down in bounds. He's down in bounds, so that clock is going to run. That was a huge
seconds,
break for
14 seconds, 13 seconds, 12 seconds.
The clock is our friend at this point here, Coach.
And it's not a first down. It's still third down.
So clock is still running.
6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
And Kyles is going to keep it.
He's going to try and keep it. He's not getting in, and that's the ball game.
And that's the ball game. Woo!
And that's the Knights win. And that is Coach Jake McCray's first win as Deerfield wins a head coach.
Wow, that was a incredible end of that football game, Coach.
Wow, a lot closer than it should have been.
Woo, that'll make you sweat. But the Knights able to come up big there at the end. What heart there from Champ Kyles for Miller County. I didn't think he was going to be back in that ball game. Come in, made a big throw for a score there at the end, and almost took it in with his legs there to take the ball game. So hopefully the kid is all right for the rest of the year, and we wish the Pirates a great rest of the season here.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about Kyle's there because he's got about 8 seconds left on a play clock. We didn't think he was going to be back in the game. For him to get back in there, hold on to that ball and make the decision that I'm going to try and do this after all those receivers were covered, I mean, that shows the character of a player like that.
Well, the Knights moved to 1-1 on the year after a 20-12 victory there. Again, a big game from Thomas Ray, and we are headed out here. We will see you guys next week as we take on Southland in Americas. So that little bad blood there. So everybody be sure to tune in for that one as we play Southland next week.
Yeah, and so all the Knight fans know there will be a fan caravan that will meet in Americas. Details will be emailed out about that, but hopefully we can go in there to Southland and our old friend Coach Rod Murray there.
Yeah.
And obviously Larry Collins, now the headmaster,
Yes.
who was the upper school director at Deerfield the year I got there 11 years ago. So, us in Southland always
always a bad blood, always
Yeah.
a little intense in that one. So be sure to tune in next week, and we will see you guys there.